triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debate.
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check safety, check safety. Hey, look 3, look 3.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Play action. It's Jackson. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 6-yard line. Let's get it.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. 53 at the mic. 53 at the mic. Watch the run, watch the run.
Here's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 82 yards.
And at Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a...
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
What we got? What we got? What we got? 53's the mic. 53.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They'll try the right side with Eckler.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Devin Bush able to get in there and drop him behind the line. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Rolling to his left. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Brings up 3rd down.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Check 43.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Let's go. Let's go.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Jackson. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Steelers first down.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll get this one to Switzer. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Pittsburgh.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Ferguson there on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Steelers nothing.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Complete to Washington. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Next the score, Ravens 14, Steelers 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly
hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action now. Jackson. Goodwin able to haul it in. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 6 yards. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 52. Oh, try. 55's my guy.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Check, 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 check.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 home. Here we go, here we go. Hey, check.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
57's the mic. Rock 57. I got you.
Jackson now. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Ready. Hey, hold on. Like 50. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the take off.
Now on 2nd and 16. Jackson. They've got his man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
That's it, baby.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson towards the end zone for Brown. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Forced out to his left. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. The pitch back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Austin Eckler on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here. We got to step it up.
Throwing again. Jackson going top shelf for Smith. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike 53. Here we go, D. All day defense, all day.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
We own them.
To throw again, Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Mike 55. Right there. Go. 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Jim. Hey, switch gears. Whip.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Steelers 14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He'll rifle this one into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Switch. Delta. Let's go.
Jackson. Dancing to his left. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. And he completes it to Hunt. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
He's crashing.
Jackson. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Let's go now. 50 the flag. Check 53 is mine.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Mike, 55.
from the 45 on second down. Jackson, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Check nine, check nine.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on third down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. Room here to run. They're all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Austin Eckler, 30 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Key in 21, key in 21. They got tight left.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Jackson. And now another one thrown incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5 on the 10. They should be ready to go.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 4-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, let's get off the field, G. Let's go.
Jackson now down around his goal line. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And the Steeler first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 13. Check 13. Single.
To throw is Jackson. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
Don't throw this way. On the double. 955. I got you. Check.
On the ground, it's Eckler. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. This time Jackson will throw it. And this is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's Jackson. He'll get this to Eckler. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. They'll run on first down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Jackson off the play fake. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Jackson's pass complete to number 19, Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. They're all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
A quick throw complete to Washington. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And Jackson throwing once more. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 23. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They started on the ground with Eckler. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here is Eckler. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Going on the ground with Eckler. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Here's Jackson. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.